Alrighty, so I just got the go-ahead to begin the webinar. Welcome everyone to Gizma's virtual open day. I hope you are all doing well. I hope you can see and hear me well as the presentation we have for you on screen today. It's a very exciting day to talk about Gizma, some of the programs offered at Gizma and what Gizma can offer you, as well as studying online at Gizma. But I'd like to start with a little bit of an introduction of myself. So my name is Jason. I am a program manager here at Gizmo Business School. I work with the University of Law Business School programs. However, I'm familiar with the Kingston University programs as well. And so I'd like to give you all a welcome from me. Like I said, my name is Jason. I am originally from the Dominican Republic, but I was raised and spent most of my schooling and education in the United States in New Jersey. And now I am based out of Berlin, Germany. So quite a global journey, a little bit. And as you'll see from some of my colleagues, Gizma staff itself is also very global reaching. We have colleagues from a variety of different locations, and that really influences the way that we kind of operate as a team, the way we interact with our students. We always try to relate to you as best we can and have that point person for you. So without further ado, I'd like to get into the agenda for today and then introduce my next colleague. Alrighty. So today, like mentioned in the agenda, welcome to Gizma's virtual open day. And I introduce myself. My colleagues will also introduce themselves as well as they give their presentations. And so you'll be hearing a little bit about Gizma by Alina Sabau, who's part of our student recruitment team. You'll also hear a little bit about studying online at Gizma from myself. We'll go over Gizma Student Services by my colleague Gayatri Savant. The Gizma Career Center will be covered by my colleague Anna Royen-Wiegelt. And at the end, we'll have a question and answer just to ensure that all your questions are answered and that you have an opportunity to voice any further concerns you may have. But without further ado, we can get right into it, and I will turn over to my colleague Alina.
Thank you, Jason. Good afternoon, everyone. I hope everyone is well. As Jason already confirmed, my name is Alina Sabau. I am a senior program consultant at Gizmo Business School. I've been working here for the past 3 years. I will just take you through a short journey where you will be learning some interesting facts about Gizmo Business School in Germany. During this session, you will be able to identify some key factors which must be considered when choosing a study destination. If you can go to the next slide, please. So Gizmo was founded with ambition to create future leaders and of global organizations. Gizmo itself educates individuals to be leading members of the global business community. Gizmo stands for practice-oriented and inspiring management education that enables students to be engaged in lifelong learning and synergizing relevant academic and science practice. It succeeds by providing the best business education, partnering with a wide variety of startups and corporates, aligning with the current demands of the job market. Next slide. Thank you. So a little bit about the history of Gizmo. So Gizmo was founded in 1999 by the former Federal Chancellor Gerhard Schröder at the Hanover Campus, and that focus on business and management. And this philosophy has remained ever since. Between 2016 and 2018, we established partnerships with the highly ranked Grenoble Equality Management and also with the University of Law. During this time, the Berlin campus has opened for our students, and the major focus was expanding our portfolio. In 2019, we established a partnership with Kingston University, and the portfolio has expanded into innovation programs. During this year, Gizmo has opened and welcomed students in the Hamburg campus and also expanded the Berlin campus. As you can see, Gizmo Business School is in continuous development, looking for new innovative partnerships, new campuses, new courses, and different types of student support services. The aim of all these changes is to meet the student needs and demands, ensuring an excellent education journey for those wishing to be part of Gizmo family. Gizmo goals. As you can see, we've got quite a lot of goals that we are looking at to ensure a great experience of our students. So the Gizmo goals are focused around providing the best student experience while shaping their futures through our extensive channels of student support and development. Our pride stands in quality teaching provided by our highly ranked and qualified lecturers to educate and develop our students to become successful managers. The goal is to drive students towards successful careers. Gizmo Business School aims at providing a global, diverse environment, and we are proud to say that we have students representing over 40 nationalities. We do like students to feel at home when studying with us, but also we like them to experience the multicultural environment. Our vast experience with students over the last few years has shown that this diverse environment that Gizmo provides has increased the skill set of students as well as the social well-being. Another goal of Gizmo is to ensure a good career progression of students which are completing their studies with us. And this is done by having multiple collaborations with well-known corporates such as Volkswagen, Sony, etc. Our Career Center has a very important role in this, and more points will be covered later on by them in the presentation. Next slide, please. A little bit more about Gizmo. So here we will be discussing some important facts about Gizmo Business School and why, as a student, you should choose one of our programs. So one of the most important aspects in the is the accreditation we hold, which will provide you with high quality education, great recognition, and great career progression. Gizmo holds the AMBA accreditation since 2011, and we are proud to say that less than 300 business schools in the world have this type of accreditation, which sums up to about 1%. This is a great achievement for us as an institution. We do provide programs with top global rankings. One example is the MIB program provided by Grenoble Equal Management, which has been ranked the 20th in the world in 2017 by The Economist. All our courses are delivered by highly ranked universities, which will add value to your degree and also ensure a great career progression. Understanding student challenges when studying internationally, it is at heart of what we do. Therefore, we provide scholarships throughout the year, discounts, as well as flexible installment plans for the 2021 intakes. We are looking at scholarship of up to 30% for particular intakes and courses. Therefore, if you're interested, please ensure to reach out to your course advisor if you have one assigned already. Otherwise, feel free to make an inquiry on our website to check your eligibility for that. In terms of our campuses, all of our campuses are in city center locations across Germany, which will provide you with great student experience due to a wide range of job opportunities, plenty of attractions to keep you entertained while you're not studying. As mentioned before, all our courses are delivered by high qualified and experienced lecturer, and the study mode is in English. Therefore, no German language is required to apply for any of our courses. However, free German language classes will be provided by Gizmo Business School once you start your studies with us. This will enable you to take full advantage of the job opportunities in Germany, which you already know is very important once you start studying. Student benefits from diverse and multicultural environment where an international cohort represented over 40 nationalities. The benefit for international students in Germany are not limited only to studies. You can also expect a multicultural community that is open and affordable. As mentioned, in each Gizmo campus city, Berlin, Hamburg, and Hanover, they do have their own culture and history that adds to the richness of the place. Students can also immerse themselves into the various festivals, which will make your stay even more joyful. So plenty of opportunities for our students studying with us in Germany. In terms of the Hanover campus, it is the first campus that Gizma opened and is currently the home of the Gizma language school. Hanover Campus is the heart of the city, overlooking the River Lane and within walking distance of shops, restaurants, museum, and other attractions. As a well-established economic region, Hanover supports a range of industries, including automotive and tourism. Residents of Hanover do pride themselves in speaking the best German, which is great for our students which are looking to improve their German language. Hanover is a very diverse city with a mix of cultures, modern art, green spaces, and great architecture across the city. You'll also have large food markets, which are a huge part of the Hanover lifestyle, where you will be able to find many locals meeting at weekends. Next slide, please. Berlin. So Berlin is the second and largest GISMA campus. There we're running the academic and language programs. Our Berlin campus boasts from modern facilities and is located in the city center with great access to shop, restaurants, nightlife, museums, and other attractions. The dynamic German capital, it's one of the most popular destinations to study for international students. And this is to various reasons, such as great job opportunities, affordable accommodation, and living expenses overall being lower than other locations in Germany. Berlin is a truly international city and extremely easy to live in as an English speaker. And that's something that our students have come back and confirmed that it's very easy for them to accommodate as they can speak in English, and it's very easy for them to kind of learn the culture and everything. Berlin is also known for its history, nightlife, artistic culture, and affordability. And in addition to its rich cultural and political history, it's now becoming famous for its wealth and flourishing tech companies and a growing number of success entrepreneurs. Next slide. So Hamburg is Germany's second largest city and European hotspot for science, innovation, and education. Hamburg is a hub for local and international companies, making it ideal location for Gizma students. You will be perfectly situated to start a stellar career in the business world with plenty of opportunities available following your studies. Hamburg is the port city of Germany. It is a lively destination with many historical sites, which will keep you busy when you're not attending the classes. There is also a strong sense of industry throughout the city, and it's home to the Germany's oldest stock exchange and the world's oldest merchant bank. Hamburg is also being considered as a science, research, and educational hub. And it's a top cultural city with over 50 museums, 45 theaters, and 100 music venues. As a student, you will have a lot to explore and learn if you select Hamburg as one of the campuses. This was all about Germany, Gizma, and our campuses. I hope the information provided has helped you understand what we do and why Germany is the #1 destination for studying. I will pass you now back to my colleague Jason, which will take you through a short journey where you will be learning some interesting facts about the benefits of studying online. Over to you, Jason.
Thank you very much, Alina.
Thank you.
Shout out to the Berlin campus, as that's also where I'm located. But yes, so now we're going to talk a little bit about some of the benefits of studying online. And like Alina mentioned, we have a vast representation of students in our classrooms and within our staff, and we also pride ourselves on offering that same diverse experience in virtual classrooms. And so our virtual classrooms they're not recorded lectures, they're not videos to watch later on. They're live classes where you're virtually sitting together with your classmates, discussing topics and listening to, or not listening to, but discussing with your lecturer in a live format, one-on-one. So some topics we'll cover are the degree journey at Gizma with our partners, The virtual classroom, I'll walk you through Blackboard Collaborate as well as Microsoft Teams. And I'll also talk about some of the other advantages like your cohort representatives and some of the language studies that we offer here at GISMA. So your degree at a glance. GISMA offers you the opportunity to do a master or bachelor degree. And within that degree journey, there's a lot of touch points and there's a lot of space for experience and growth and personal development. And that starts right on day one, where you're networking with classmates and you're sitting in a virtual classroom with someone who may be sitting in Bangladesh or who may be sitting somewhere in Nigeria. And so that offers you the opportunity to not only give your own input and kind of share your own experiences, but also connect with people globally. And ultimately, that's nowadays what makes some of the strongest networks is how far you can reach. So that starting that network with your classmates then moves into your core modules. So for whether you're studying with the University of Law or with Kingston University, you have a core set of modules related to the specific program that relates best to your personal interest. And so you do these things together. As you learn these concepts, you then share with your classmates and you kind of build that knowledge base together. And while doing this in a structured format, you're also getting professional development. And you're also being introduced to how to portray your perspective on a concept or how to introduce yourself to a company with the help of our Career Center. So all these things come together to then move you into the next stage, being your research method stage, which also includes a dissertation, or it would be your final management project. And so this is the part of your degree where you're applying academic concepts in a way to either further the study, further the field, excuse me, or further your personal hypothesis on a business case that you've maybe went through. And these specific requirements differ by partner, but this is also a very big part of your degree process because you grow as an individual and you create something tangible to present to companies after you complete your degree. And at the end of this process, you are then awarded your bachelor degree or your master degree, depending on what level of study you're at. But that progression and that journey is full of opportunities for you to develop. And that doesn't stop by the classroom being virtually hosted. So studying in virtual classrooms. This picture was actually taken at our Hamburg campus for our some of our Kingston University students. And in our virtual classrooms, you can connect with your tutor and connect with each other as cohort mates. There are capabilities for working in breakout groups, so you can still do group work by all having your cameras on and kind of discussing the activity at hand. And you can even present back to the class. All aspects of education, including, for example, your library, so accessing databases, academic journals, specific examples like the Financial Times, those are all also offered with your degree, and you will be able to access those as well as submit your assignments through the virtual student portal as well. And the response has been extremely positive. You kind of can study whenever your self-study time then becomes a lot more tangible when your library is virtual. So if you're a night owl, you can read up on articles at night, or if you wake up super early, you can get some reading done before your classes begin. Studying online, like also mentioned, it provides flexibility for your schedule. So having all these tools available to you on your time can be beneficial. Class times, like I mentioned, are live, so that takes a bit of scheduling. However, that works. We try to work best with our student time zones. So we do get that data and make sure that we offer the times during what would be typically business hours on wherever you're accessing the classroom. So the University of Law programs use a platform called Blackboard Collaborate, and this is a web-hosted interactive platform for class sessions. The only technical requirements for this platform are a device with internet access, which can be a tablet or a laptop or a PC. Best used on the Google Chrome and Mozilla Firefox browsers, and you need a camera and a microphone to interact with the class. And if you look on the screen, you'll see some of the features, including seeing your classmates as participants, You can upload a picture so that everyone knows who's actually speaking. In this slide, we have some more in-depth features of the Blackboard Collaborate platform, including breakout groups, like I mentioned, so you can still work on group assignments together and present. You can also present that way. You can give feedback, as you can see on the left of the screen. There are agree and disagree buttons, happy, confused, can the lesson be faster or slower? And again, like I mentioned, these are all real-time live classes that are happening. So you're interacting with your tutor. You can press the slower feedback button and have the tutor kind of slow down the pace a bit. You can also receive notifications of the chat. There's also a chat function in all the virtual classrooms. So if you maybe can't turn on your microphone for just that moment, you can always post in the chat. And a lot of our professors actually use the chat as like an ongoing conversation. So they may post an activity or they may post a discussion question and expect you as students to kind of go through together and chime in on someone else's opinion. So that offers a very interactive way to kind of work together. There's also polling options that can happen as the lecture progresses. So just to ensure that, to reinforce the learning outcomes, you may see a poll here and there just to keep you focused on the lesson at hand. Our Kingston University programs are hosted on the Microsoft Teams application. This is an Outlook integrated platform with video conferencing capabilities. Technical requirements for this include a device with internet access, so that can be a tablet or it can be a laptop or a PC, camera and a microphone, and the actual Microsoft Teams app on your device, but that's standard for Windows operating devices. So you would just have to download it if you have an Apple product. This is a view of what the call would look like. So kind of similar, you can see everyone else and everyone can see you if your camera's on. You can view participants and participate in the chat. You can share your screen. You can also share files. So if your class had to make a poster or presentation of something, you can share the poster and speak next to it just as you would in a regular classroom. And these applications also integrate to your personal calendar, so you can stay up to date on when your class sessions are happening and when your assignment deadlines are coming into play. Both our partner organizations offer cohort representatives, so you can use this as your first step in your professional and personal development by being the representative for your program in the Student Advisory Council. You also would be the liaison and communication between the Gizma teams, the students, and the lecturers. So you would have a pivotal role in kind of making sure that everyone's voice is heard. And like the last point mentions, you ensure that people's views are expressed openly and transparently. So this is an opportunity offered by both partners at the Berlin campus and partners at the other campuses as well. And on top of studying online, Gizmo offers free introductory German language courses. So you as a student at Gizmo would be offered this to ensure that your integration into Germany at some point is still successful. More advanced German language levels are available with our Gizmo Language School, which we can connect you to. Thank you. That's my portion of this presentation. Thank you, and feel free to send us an email for assistance. I would now like to turn it over to my colleague Gayatri to talk about students services.
Thank you, Jason. I hope everyone can hear me. Okay, perfect. Let me just present my screen. Alrighty. Yeah, okay. Hello, everyone, and warm greetings from Berlin. My name is Gayatri, and on behalf of the International Student Services Center, I'm happy to conduct this part of the session for you guys today. So to begin with, let me first introduce myself. My name is Gayatri Savant, and I've been working in Gizma since 2019, and it's my pleasure today to interact with you guys. And my aim today is to let you guys know what kind of services we offer at GISMA Business School, and how you as an international student can benefit from these services. So let's quickly look at the scope of services we offer. Our main priority and focus being the visa application support to all our students, followed by the German residence permit support. I will talk in more detail about this in the coming slides, of course. From time to time, if students are in need of accommodation assistance, we are also happy to provide you that. And also any support related to your everyday life in Germany as a student. The International Student Services Center also looks after student events and activities and overlooks the GISMA student community that we have. And last but not the least, I would briefly introduce you guys to the GISMA student portal that we launched at the beginning of this year. So let's look at the visa application support that we offer and what you as a student can expect from us. So as you all may know that if you are a student from a non-EU or a non-EEA country, you would need a visa to enter Germany. And I can completely understand or relate to the kind of stress or the process that you might go through, because I have personally also been through the same kind of process. I was also once an international student coming to Germany. I also went through the same process of applying for a visa, waiting for several weeks or months to get a visa appointment date. So I can understand that the whole process could be time consuming, energy consuming, and sometimes could be very tedious and also like nerve breaking. So, but I would like to assure you that you do not have to worry too much or stress out too much, because we here are happy to help you with and provide you any assistance that you would need with your visa application. Just to give you a gist of it, so in case you have any questions related to what kind of visa you should apply, or what kind of documents you should prepare, or how to book a visa appointment date, all these kind of services and information we can offer you. And once you are successful in scheduling your visa appointment date, please do let us know. It is very important that we are informed about this, so we can offer you further services like, we can conduct a mock visa interview for you, or also would be happy to cross-check your application documents, such as your visa application form, your cover letter, motivation letter. We would be happy to review these for you and provide our feedback. Also, the mock visa interviews that we conduct, I'm sure it would help you to prepare yourself for your upcoming visa appointment. Also, we have close contacts with the local authorities that in some ways kind of helps us in providing you up-to-date information and latest knowledge, share latest knowledge with you that we might have. And goes without saying that once you get your visa or your visa approval, please do inform us. So what we can do is we can check your visa that is granted to you and assure you that whatever the type of visa that you got is correct, and all the details that are mentioned on your visa are also correct. So we would be happy to do that for you. And also, it is important that we know what is your expected arrival date, in Berlin, Hamburg, or Hanover. And then depending upon when you are traveling to Berlin or to Germany, we can advise you the latest immigration regulations or travel restrictions that you have to follow. And as you might be aware that because of the current COVID situation, there are certain restrictions or regulations that you have to follow. So we would very much advise that you always inform us of your further steps or throughout your application process. Now, coming to the residence permit support. So first, let me explain you what a residence permit is. So basically, this is a legal document that you need in order to extend your stay in Germany. Now, a visa and a residence permit, these are two different things, I would say. A visa is just a document that allows you to travel and to enter Germany. And depending upon how long the duration of your visa is, maybe the German embassy in your home country, they grant you a visa for the initial 3 months or 6 months or even up to a year. And then depending upon how long you want to stay in Germany, you have to extend your stay. And that is where the residence permit application comes into the picture. And one of our USP is that we offer the Gizma Hochschulservice. So Hochschulservice is nothing but it allows Gizma to apply for your residence permit on your behalf. Now, the residence permit application is more or less similar to the visa application process. So you can imagine that it is also very time consuming. You have to prepare a lot of documents, and we would be happy to offer this Hochschulservice to you. It is offered to all our students at the Berlin campus currently. And this is a free of charge service. And if you take up the service, what you just have to do is you have to gather all your documents for your residence permit application and submit it to us. And then since we have close contact with the local authorities, we would schedule an appointment with the local authorities to submit your application to them. And once we submit the application, we would keep you informed throughout the process. And of course, once you get your residence permit, we would be happy to review it and see if all the details mentioned on your permit are correct or not. And from time to time, students do have questions about, what kind of legal regulations or student restrictions you would have to follow. Just to give you an example, so as a student in Germany, you are allowed to work for just 120 full days or 240 half days in a calendar year. So I wouldn't go too much into detail about this because there are a lot of restrictions that you have to keep in mind as a student. But, once you arrive here and once you get your visa, keep us informed so we can provide you a pre-arrival assistance and help you with all the bureaucratic process that you have to follow. Now, coming to the accommodation support or assistance that we offer. So very important for you guys to know would be that we have dedicated, staff members who are experts in the real estate market of Germany, who are aware and have all knowledge that you would probably need or would find helpful when you are looking for an accommodation. And big cities, like if you are moving to Berlin or Hamburg, finding an accommodation could be quite, a challenging task. But we are here and we would be happy to help you with any assistance that you would need. A very important point for me here to mention is that at Gizma as a school, we also do offer some of our apartments to our students. Of course, you do have to pay a monthly rent or so, and we offer different kinds of accommodation options. For instance, like a sharing room or a single room or a studio apartment if you like your own privacy. And depending upon what is your preference, we would be happy to check the availability of these apartments and let you know. But a good thing would be that once you get the visa and once you know when you are traveling to Germany, let us know so we can check the availability and guide you further. Not just that, but once you book an accommodation with Gizma, you would get, like a personalized service of checking in, checking out of your apartment, and also throughout your stay at the Gizma apartment, in case you have any, issues or problems, concerns, you are always welcome to contact our accommodation team. We would ensure that all your queries are resolved and that throughout your stay at accommodation, you have assistants in English, and since we have good contacts with the landlords directly, we would ensure that we meet your expectations. And we do have exclusive cooperation with partners such as Uniplaces and Spotter Home. So these are accommodation booking websites, and if you are a Gizma student and if you book an accommodation through Uniplaces or Spotter Home, you would be eligible for a 10% discount on the booking fee. So yeah, these would be the kind of benefits that you would get if, once you are a Gizma student. And also, last but not the least, we do offer the airport pickup facility at an extra cost, of course. I would personally recommend taking up a service like an airport pickup facility, just so, because in case you are, traveling to Europe for the first time and traveling internationally first time, or you land in a country that is foreign to you or don't know much about it, it's always very nice to have someone at the airport waiting for you and picking you up and then taking you to your accommodation safely. Also, I would recommend taking up airport pickup facility just because of the COVID regulations. It is important that once you land at the airport, you go directly to your accommodation in Germany. And if you have a pre-booked airport pickup, this would for sure ensure that you reach your place of stay safely. These are some of the pictures I would like to share with you guys. These are some of our apartments that we rent out. And as you can see, there are, double sharing rooms, or there are studio apartments if you like, if you want to have your own kitchen, own bathroom. Also, there are also single sharing apartments. And, these are pretty, I would say, furnished apartments. As a student, you have all the basic necessities already in your apartment. You just need your, own clothes and books and stuff like that, and you would be all set. Okay, coming to the student everyday life support. Now, from experience, I can say that sometimes students are a bit hesitant, I would say, to talk about their issues or problems, but I would really encourage you to do it, because once you are not shy and you speak up about any everyday life issues that you face, just because you are an international student in Germany, that would really be nice, because then we know that the kind of support or assistance you are in need of, and we can offer you that kind of information or guidance. And I would say that none of the queries is a stupid query, and it could be any issue, such as how you can buy a local SIM card, or how you can fix your internet at your apartment, or maybe you want to know what kind of restaurants you want to hang out at in Berlin or Hamburg. So all these kind of things, or everyday life topics, we would be more than happy to help you guys with. And though we are a small team, we are a local team. We have been staying in Germany since many years, and since we are aware about what is happening in the city and what kind of events or important topics you should be aware of, we would be more than happy to share this knowledge with you guys. And also, it is very important that once you arrive in Germany, please contact us, please inform us, so that we can update your records and always keep you up to date with whatever is happening in the city. As I mentioned previously, from time to time we do organize student events and activities. It's been a bit limited, I would say, because of the lockdown situation, but we do organize virtual or online events so that we try as much as possible to encourage students to interact and overlook the entire GISMA student community. Of course, you would receive access to, to join all these communities once you are a student with us. So yeah, also we overlook a weekly newsletter updates, or we update you on social events that might be happening in your city. So all these kind of social updates you can also expect from the International Student Services team. And coming to the My Page portal, so this is the GISMA student portal that we launched at the beginning of this year. I would say that it's a super user-friendly portal, and once you are a student with us, once you register with us, you would of course gain access to this portal. And it's a very interactive platform, and it would help you to get any updates, announcements, or your student letters or documents once you have access to this portal. Yeah, but of course you will receive more information about how to use it and everything once you join us. And I think, yeah, that's it from my end. Thank you so much for your attention, and I would like to wish each one of you all the very best and for your visa application, and I hope that I see each one of you at one of our campuses someday. So thank you and good luck. Take care. Now I would like to pass on the control to my wonderful colleague Anna.
Thank you, Gayatri. How nice. So I will show my screen. This is it. So now you should be able to see me. I'm not quite sure if you see my screen in the presentation. Can I have a short feedback from you, Gayatri?
Yes, we can see.
And you can see the PowerPoint or myself?
Yes, yourself and the PowerPoint.
Sorry, that was not the intention. Okay, I'll keep it that way then. Thank you. Okay, fine. Welcome to all of you. A warm welcome from me too. I'm Anna Royon-Weigelt. I'm half French and half Polish, and I've spent the last 25 years of my life in Germany, so I'm also half German by now. I joined GISMA 1 year ago as head of a career center. And before that, in a previous life, let's say, I used to be a lawyer and sociologist, and I gained a wide professional experience as a project manager in different fields and different countries. I also run my own business for 12 years as a specialist in intercultural consulting and adult education. So this is the experience I'm bringing into our career center. And what does the career center do? We help you parallelly to your studies to prepare for a successful transition to professional life. So this is happening with my team, with Jana and Vincent. They're both also international. Jana comes from Ukraine. Vincent comes from, wow, he's a very international guy. He lived in Quebec, in the US, and in different various other countries. So he's French too, but actually he's a kind of world citizen. And so I'd like to present you what we offer, our services, but first start with our philosophy. Our approach is very much based on cultural sensitivity. We know that our students come from all parts of the world. We also experienced culture shock, changing the country and living in a different context. So this is something that you will, let's say, experience in all our services. We're sensitive to that. And what our approach is also to be empowering, to be inviting, so not top down, but to support your personal growth, to be aware of the skills, help you become aware of the skills you need to make the transition, and to see how they can be complementary with the studies you pursue. And so it's very important for us to have an eye-to-eye communication. You will experience that in the way we do our webinars and events. I'll come back to that in a few seconds. And we're really interested in building long-term relationships with our GISMA community, with alumni, so former students, and because they are, and especially today in those challenging times, we know how a good network, a supportive network can be precious. So we invite also regularly our alumni to join for events with corporates and so on. The job search timeline means to show, to address the fact that it's not enough just to, write a CV, finish your studies, write a CV and get a job. It's a whole process. Especially you will see if you leave your country for the first time, there are things that seem obvious to you today, and they may be different in other countries. And this, being a student in one specific country and then working is also a transition. So what we want is to offer you a good process, a good journey along this path to become aware of your skills, develop them, technical information and support regarding CV, cover letter. These are also changing a lot currently. We're monitoring that closely because companies change their habits regarding recruitment. Same thing regarding interviews and getting a job, and also having a job and entering a role and growing into that role is also something that is exposed to a lot of changes today. So we're monitoring that closely in order to support you on your journey. An overview, a short overview of some of the companies where our alumni work today, and it's a mix of, let's say, more traditional companies like Bayer, for example. We have also, or Majorel, Primark. We have also companies, startups like Lemon One or Black Lane and so on. We have finance and enterprises, finance consulting like Athenium. We have Zalando, e-commerce and so on. We have TikTok media like DRTV agency. So a lot of very various companies, and we also work and cooperate with our alumni to help the coming students, the future students also come on board. This is one of our really important assets. A few words about salary ranges. Of course, today it's everything is kind of a bit in question when we think about, how enterprises and companies are going to react to current changes. But Germany is solid. Germany has a solid job market. Of course, the consequences of the COVID situation are tangible, but still we conducted a survey in October among the graduates that graduated this year. And among these graduates, the graduates who answered, 50% were earning already between 30,000 and 50,000 a year, 70% between 50,000 and 70,000 a year, and one third over 70,000 a year in these different companies. Yeah. So I think this is a very good sign, because this is this year, 2020, and I think Germany has a very stable job market, a solid job market, which is able also to react to difficult situations. And it's important also to know that 30% of interns are likely to be offered a full-time position after finishing their internship. So this is, let's say, one of the golden ways to get a job, to land a job afterwards. But of course, it's not the only one. These are our cooperation partners. As I said, we will be conducting events like mock interviews with them. We will have in January, we have an event with N26, for example, on the 26th of January. And so we keep developing these cooperations to offer the best opportunities also to our students. If you want to have a current glance at the current employment situation in Germany, you can have a look at these different links. Englishjobs.de in Berlin. You can also search Germany-wide, or joblift.de or Glassdoor. .ie, just for you to have an idea of the current jobs that are offered. A lot of things are happening also remotely today, so the perspectives are good. We deliver, of course, also expertise regarding applications, regarding recruitment. Germany has a specific CV culture, so this is part also of our expertise to prepare you, to make you aware of the expectations of German employers, so you can find a good matching. And we are also monitoring closely what are the new tools and new ways to apply, for example, with a video, one-click application, and so on. So all these things are up to date, and my colleagues and I are very fond of, getting to know the latest trends and the niches and the best ways for our candidates to present themselves and to make a difference. As far as we can, and this is a picture that has been taken before the COVID situation, we were conducting also serious games, called serious games, so trainings that aim at developing your skills parallelly to your lectures. For example, if you have a lecture about leadership and teamwork, it's also important to experience it. And fortunately, some of these games also exist now, and you can also apply them in an online way, so in a remote way. So we're lucky we have some of them, and I think it's going to develop, and it's a really nice thing. And as soon as campus reopens, we will be also very happy to conduct them again. So this is a picture also of our former workshops on campus with this one was about networking and so on. We try to have them to conduct them in a very vivid way, with a lot of participation and activities, and yeah, as interactive as possible. This year, all career and recruitment days had to find place virtually, and we also developed some expertise in that, and we will see what will be possible next year. We also have 3 career days already scheduled for 2021, and depending on the conditions, we will be conducting them either online or on-site, or maybe both in a hybrid way. So this is the opportunity to meet corporates, to meet employers, to have mock interviews with them, or even, make a good contact and even be recruited. This is a short overview of all our services. I don't go into details, but we care about the different types of skills, networking skills, elevator pitch, different intercultural skills. German business culture is part of our portfolio. We offer also guidance, career counseling, individual appointments, career strategy, reflection, and so on. And of course, as I said, we invite regularly corporates and alumni to come and explain how they recruit, if they from an HR sector, or how they work, what is their daily work, and how their career develops, and what their experience is. So it's always very valuable for current students to understand, there is a life after graduation, and these are the opportunities and perspectives you can get. So do not hesitate to get in touch with us. This is our email, careercenter@gizma.com, and we will be very pleased to welcome you and get to know you and accompany you on your journey.